Okay. Okay, I updated the title. Hi, Godric. I make a quick announcement. So, hi, Bernie. I'll just start, I guess. I made the announcement. There's around 10 to 12 animations that I'm going to review. First one is by you, Bernie. I just point out the most things I noticed. like the biggest issues, not every single thing. And I have another file ready for in case someone has the same mistakes you have. This might help me so I know if this needs a tutorial or not. Whoa, I just watched it like this. Interesting impact frame. This animation is actually good. What the heck? Looks smooth. Interesting. Okay. Oh. View, preview modes, full quality. I think animation is pretty good. There's something you could improve it, which is the smears. One second. Let me see if the chat is a bit... Okay, it's updating. Hi everyone. I haven't reviewed anything. This is the first animation by Bernie. So my advice is make the smears have a more interesting curve than just a circle, right? It's always coming from down or from the top for you. You can also make it come from the side. That's what I would. Okay, here it's coming from the side, so... But you could still... I don't know. Okay, let me start from the first step. Makes sense, makes sense. But you could draw it more like this maybe, I guess. Because you're making it look like his arm is moving like this. What you're punching normally goes like from this, should normally start not so low, but you know. For the kick, I would do the same thing. I like your use of blurs. This is a lot of effort, like making symbols for the frames and blur just to blur them. I would do that in After Effects, to be honest, but this is also a way you can do it. And your hits, after the hit, you should pull the arm faster back. Like right here, the arm should be pulled back right after this frame. Like here you could already have this arm pulled back. It wouldn't make a big difference for the next attack you're doing in this case, but it would look better that he's already preparing. And this guy could move back a bit more. He's just moving just a little bit. You have a lot of space here, so he could move a bit more back, and then it also feels weird how you... Let me make some notes. So my Let me see. I'm not used to making reviews. This is my first time, so sorry if I'm a bit nervous right now, but so my first advice is the smears can be more like you can add more depth to your smears. I'm making this note also for myself, so I could. And then the frames after the hit can be faster. Like the movement can be faster in them. I have this bug again. Here his leg already could be pulled back. Or like if you want to have it stretched, could already be here. Let me see your timing in this. I have 2 frames here. The problem with this hit is I'm not sure if the hit is here already or if it's here. Because here the reaction looks like he's taking the hit, but you already have the smear in this frame, and I wouldn't do that. I would use the smear on the hit frame. Like right here, you could have his leg preparing, and then here you could have the whole smear thing. Instead of having this smear and then another hit frame. Shark copy. Discord is expired. I'm sorry. I have another Discord link for you then. Invites. Copy invite link. One sec. Start with Devin something. Okay, should be fixed now. That's all about this, pretty much. I would work on the reactions, make them look more heavy when the impact is heavy. I think I can show my animation as an example. Let's look for random warm-up file. Okay, I made this in like 1 hour, so it's not the best example. Oh no, I can't use my shortcuts. Notes. Save this. I don't need to save this. Save this. I'm restarting Clash so I can use the shortcuts again. Notes. This is a hit. See how far he's falling back after the hit? Same here. The reaction adds onto the hit. It makes it the hit looks more weightful if the enemy flies far enough. For example, look how far he flies. But on the other hand, if there's no reaction, it looks like the hit was nothing to him. That's why you need to choose how much reaction to add. Like, you're adding these blurs, which is really cool in my opinion. But then you also need to make the reaction look heavy enough. Like, if you are using impact frames and long smears, there should be more reaction to this than, like, you're blurring him and he's not really flying that far. This is one big thing I noticed. Also here as well, other than that he has 2 smear frames for the hit, you're blurring him, but right after, nothing happens to him. Like, it's okay that you balance him for the next hit, but let him feel the hit for a bit, you know? Like, right here is not a blur and smear, but he's not being sent anywhere. I don't want to say too much. This one felt powerful. Right after I would send this guy flying, this one felt really powerful. Okay. Let me see what you guys thought about my review. Yeah, I'm reviewing them one after another. If it's not a Flash file, I will put it in Premiere, because that allows me to see them frame by frame. Which is why I'm opening Premiere right now. Okay, the next animation is by ones. I will need to use Premiere for a second. Don't worry about the Brawlhalla clip, I was editing something earlier. Change sequence settings. I like this animation. I just think the poses are not that crazy. But it's good. Okay, I haven't thought about how I'm going to give advice for this though. Like how I'm going to highlight things. What's this app called again? Where I can draw on my desktop. Oh, I have it right here. Epic Pen. It's not working. Okay, I use Flash. Okay, so smears, reactions, poses. Your poses mostly look like the stick figures are walking, is what I noticed. I don't know if once is in the chat, but what once can improve on is making the poses look more like they are in a fight, struggling and bending down and stuff. Like not always standing while fighting, but also bending down. And or maybe leaping forward. For me, it feels like almost a dance if they're just walking. But this is also a nice idea of choreography, like these spin kicks. I like this. But right here, he could have done something more like this when he's punching him down. Because if the whole body moves down with the attack becomes stronger than if you just move the arm down, right? Makes more sense to me to move the body down to put more weight into the attack. And then also the reaction again. He's just moving down his upper body. He could kneel down with the entire reaction or fall back. I guess I'm going to do a reaction tutorial, not gonna lie. This is a good punch. I failed that one. But here they're just walking. The end was cool. I would say both animations I reviewed so far are pretty good. I'm just nitpicking, but that's what you could improve on. Okay, next animation. Got a few more. Next one is a flash fight again by Jamil Anims. Okie doks. The poses could just lead into the actions more. Try to pick more dynamic poses that use joints and limb positioning more. True. I think animating two sticks with the same color fighting is really hard when they are overlapping a lot. But it looks very nice. I agree. Okay, next is by Jamil. Oh, this one has sound effects. You're not hearing them, but I am. Let's view it in the Flash movie. Cool, cool. That's a nice combo. They don't have to move this much. People value the ready posing too much, like going from this pose to, I don't know, this pose. People value this part too much. Just start the fight. Like this is unnecessary. Like this part, this is just my opinion. But I feel like we can just have them standing and then just go to the fight. You can use this in between the fight. Like if they are falling down and getting back up, then you can have them doing a ready pose. That would make sense. But right at the start, just start the fight. Or just use the ready pose right away. Okay. This is a small spacing issue. Where are the frames though? Right here. Let me show you something. Do you see how there's almost no progression in the movement right here? I feel like you should have spaced it a bit differently. Maybe like this. Because it looked like he's standing still in the air for a frame. And then he's falling fast again. Like if I play it, you can see how he's holding in the air for a bit. Also, it also kind of feels like the arm is moving this direction because the elbow is showing up. And after that, you're not continuing the movement, having the elbow like this, you're stretching it again. You could fix this. Then also the head is moving, standing still and then moving down. Or it's like not even standing still, it's going up and then down. Yeah, you should fix your spacing. And then let's turn this back off. Okay. This smear is crazy. He's not moving his arm like that. His arm is right here. He can go for a punch like this. He can't stretch out his arm to... He can't do that. Like, how? I know people use crazy smears, but they are not going this like this. You could use a long smear like this, like if the hit is going more directly to them, but you can make up a different path. Like his arm could never reach this point for that attack. I don't use smears that much, but I can tell this doesn't look fine. Same with this punch. His arm is right in front of the face. Why are you moving it down again and then up? Why don't you just punch him in the face. Why don't you just do this? Why do you have to move it down below his legs? That's... Okay, I think I'm making a smear guide as well. Reactions and smears. Oh, this is also something... I used to do this a lot. When I don't know how to set up an attack, like the frames, how they go, I use smears to skip that process. Don't do that. Only use smears for the attacks. For everything else, just draw the frames. Like, just try to. It's much better. Because if you're using too many smears, people can't follow it anymore. Like, there's 2 smears right in a row. And it's just going to confuse when you play it. And for small attacks like this, if it's one attack, just throw the attack without the smear. But if it's multiple small attacks, you can use the smears as a tackle effect. Like, if the arm is not far from here, you can follow the small movements. You don't need the smear for this. Smears are only there to help following movement. Like, making movement more clear if there's a lot of progression between the frames. Okay, I think I talked enough about this animation. Let's see what the chat said. You love exaggeration? Yeah, but there's a limit to it. There's a limit to it. This is too much. You're at the final frame before the punch, and now you start doing this. You haven't prepared for the punch. Like, this is the only preparation for the punch I see. Here he's just moving his body up. This is still like... how did I call the stages again? This is still like the balancing part. Like, here he has to move his leg down and his body up. Here he's already back to preparing for the punch. And if he punches right after this frame, go directly for the punch. I would do a smear like this or like this. But I wouldn't invent this route. If you wanted to go this route, he would have to jump up and then fall down. Then this smear would make sense. It also looks bad if you have the curve in the middle of the smear. I would have the curve at the end of the smear. That would look much better. Instead of like the circle movement. Okay, next animation. Again, by Jamel Anims, he has 3 animations. It's also sound effects. Yo! This is already better. This is a cool looking smear. I like that. This is much better choreography. Clean dodge. But again, you don't have to use small smears like this. Just use them for the attacks. And here you don't need the smear. Let me actually remove the smear. Just to show you. You can still follow this movement. It doesn't look worse without the smear. So you don't need it. Okay. I'm not complaining about this. It actually looks okay. This is fine too. Because there's a lot of progression. You can have to smear all of this. Here I would just draw the frames instead of smearing the spin. Nobody can tell that he's trying to switch up his legs if you scribble it like this. It would look much better if you just animated the frames of him switching up the legs. I felt that headbutt. This is really well made. I would personally blur this to make this even heavier. But I would also use the shake. This feels so good. Here I would move him down more, just to make this kick feel more powerful. Your attacks feel powerful if the enemy is moving into them and not like distancing from the attack. If they move further into the attack, then this pose, like this kick, would feel much more powerful. Like just a bit like this. I would draw him move into the guy, and then there would be much more progression in this impact here. Like right here, he's almost at the same position. His leg is almost at the same position. So you could have him bend down more here, and then this would be much more progression from the previous frame. But this animation is much better. I don't have much to say, much else. Like here you could have a bit more anticipation maybe, but for me. Maybe like this, and just so he follows a curve into the attack. What was that though? Let's see. Oh, this is just a shake, okay. Good job. Next project. Just a mini joint. You can't hear the sound effects. I know. I talk like Silk. I'm too quiet. Is the music too loud, or is just my mic too silent? Cancel properties. How do you give me your animation? Join my Discord server and post your animation in FLA file, in the channel FLA file. How much time has passed? 40 minutes. I sound good, thank you. You hear me? Okay, that's good news. Next we got... Wait, haven't I seen this background before? I think this is the same joint. So that's cool. Should I make it so you hear the sound effects? I don't know, I think it's weird to give you the sound effects if there's already music playing. This one is short. Same issues. I would space it better. Like if I select all the frames, or like make it so we can see multiple frames, the layers are locked. Okay, this version is better. Wait, let's first turn it off. Something looks off about this run. This guy. Not this layer. So there's a lot of progression. Let me select this. He's traveling very far from this frame to this frame. Then he decreases the speed, or like the distance. Well, then he increases the distance again. So it feels like he is stopping here for a bit. He's a bit jittery. And then he's going down and up again. What I would do is make him go down while the step ends. Like where he's crossing the feet. Or crossing his legs. He does that. He does that actually. But then also slow the step down. Not make such a long step. After he's crossing his legs, you can explode with the movement. Make him have much more progression into the wall clash. Like right here, I would have much more progression after this. It feels like he's slowing down at the end. He should be speeding up here. It's just inconsistent spacing. But that's it for Jamil animations. Jamil anims. Okay, next animation is by... I can't read the name because it's Japanese letters. And I also forgot what he said when I asked him his name. Sugen. I don't know how to pronounce it. What? Oh, this is not his animation, my bad. This link is just a pack that's not owned by him. So the next animation I'm reviewing is by Nix Who. Nix Who? That's his name. Nix Who. Is that it? Oh, 2 seconds. Interesting. It's short, yeah. And there's not much I can say here other than the poses. Okay, this last part, this is too much progression. Why is he moving back like this after the hit? Why is he moving back? What do you want to do here? Actually, I can say something about this choreography as well. In choreography, you want to do combos, not singular attacks. This punch, anyone who gets knocked out by one punch is a weakling. You should combo them, then it makes sense to knock them out, but not after one single punch. He's punching one time and turns around and attacks in the other direction. And this attack doesn't even feel like there was a lot of anticipation into it. He's just throwing out this attack. And then he doesn't continue fighting, he bends down and goes for one attack, 2 attacks, and then he goes back. I guess it makes sense to practice when you're it makes sense to do this when you're practicing attacks, but like just for the sake of animating the attack. But in real choreography, if you wanted to add enemies, you have to think how it's going to look like. Like here you would do one punch, someone would have to enter from this side and get punched one time, and then what is happening after that? He's bending down, what are you going to do here? You have to think about that. Like I also animate kicks alone when I do one versus many type of choreography. I do the main character first, the full choreography of him, and then I add the enemies, but I already think about what they're going to do, like what's happening right now. Here I would do this attack, this is a nice attack, but then I would already go for the next attack. I would already do a frame like this, with him preparing for the next attack. And then the next attack. Or maybe he doesn't even have to step. He just can bend down, do the next attack maybe. Maybe do another attack after that. Like after that he could pull back his arm and go for the next attack again. Like, use combos more in your choreography. And then this last attack, this movement is just too sudden. If he pushes himself so far to the front, he has to kind of be following that position. Even if he has to balance himself, you can't just pull back like that. This is too much movement. Like, this feels too sudden. And then also, after this frame, there's no progression anymore. That's all about this. And the other poses. I would push this a bit to the front. Because look, this leg is here. Before it was like this. Oh, he's bouncing back a bit. Yeah. Okay, then it's fine. I want to redraw this frame, honestly, to show you how it could have looked like if you want to go for this. This is not perfect, but at least the movement is now like, it feels like he's slowing down and not immediately stopping. Before it was like this. And it made it look really sudden, like this stop. But that's really it. So think about what he's doing. Like, there's no way anyone gets knocked out by these attacks. And then second is also spacing, because this wasn't spaced properly. And last thing is your poses. Like, after this attack, your poses aren't even that bad, just these two things. Okay. What is chat thinking? I keep forgetting to read the chat. Are you Z-Star, like the animator who did this? Is that you? Oh yeah, you said yes, that's mine. Let's see. I assume most of you watching are also my server. I saw some more things just landed. I guess I will check them too. But Nixu has a lot of fire. Oh, it's the same thing. Is it the same thing? Oh, there's one difference. Before this punch, he bends down and makes a ready pose. This is unnecessary. Just go for the punch. Like, you can't tell me this makes it look better than this. This looks better in my opinion. Just go for the punch. Ready poses are overrated. Like, just throw the punch. He's already in a good pose here. That's why you're doing the punch right away. But here, you had him in a random pose, and that's why you want to make the starting pose look cooler. So you went for a starting pose or ready pose. Why doesn't the animation just start like this instead? So he wasn't ready at the first frame, so you had to make him ready. That's just funny to me. But that's just a nitpick. Okay, next animation is by Henry II. Oh wait, I know this style. We have to use Premiere again because it's MP4. New file. Create. Wait, I'm using Animate. This is not Premiere. Cancel. Premiere. I'm just using a random project. Oh, this is my guide. I don't need this for now. This is, by the way, the guy I was talking about in my poses guide, who had who never used elbows. That's the same guy, but this time he used elbows. Oh no, those are fingers or hands, not elbows. Never mind. He's just floating around. But I'm seeing elbows here and there. This animation... What is... I think this is my Premiere doing that. Is it my Premiere doing that? Let me see the original file. Yeah, I don't know why Premiere did that glitch thing. I can't go frame by frame, or can I? I actually can. Never mind. Then I don't need Premiere. Don't save. Yo, that looked cool. This bouncy part looked cool. No, I can't go frame by frame. It almost looks like I'm seeing all the frames, but I'm not. I can't really point out this bounce. But he's kinda moving into the attack. Let me show it in a separate file. He's moving his head into an attack. Like, this is the frame before the attack. This is the attack. And after the attack, he does this. Bounce back a little. And then he just continues. And it looks... You can see this little bounce. Like, I noticed it. See right here? He's doing a small bounce. Looks fine. Okay, now what I would fix about this is still add more joints to the stick figure. And I would make more anticipation as well. Sometimes he just dashes and you don't see him preparing for the dash. He just teleports. He's still in this attack. I don't think it's a big issue actually. Yeah, the poses is still the main problem. This is honestly the best thing I've seen today. Let's see this flip again. Yeah, I can't see the frames. This is so annoying. This flip was kinda mid, not gonna lie. But I wish I could go over the frames frame by frame. This is pretty good, so overall. Next animation, he has 2 animations. Interesting. How do you make the small bounce not look jerky? I made a flip yesterday, by the way. Open recent. What's it called? Depth. I think depth is the answer to your question. Do not make it look jerky. Like, you make the stick figure not flip with poses like this, but you make him flip with his feet behind the head and his arms in front. This looks much cooler, in my opinion. Like, having the stick figure show depth, like some parts of the body are closer to us, the viewer, and some parts are farther away, looks always better than if the stick figure is flat. Like, when I made this running cycle thing comparison, you could see that this pose looks worse than a pose like this. Because it always looks cooler to us when something shows depth in it. Like, this pose looks better, in my opinion. Same thing with flips. If you have the head in front and the legs in the back, or the legs in front. And he was... Let me show his flip again. He did mix up depth in it, but this one frame, this fell off to me. And that's why I wish I could have seen more frames. But to me it looks like this isn't that well connected. It's just a nitpick though. Like, it can still look fine to some people. Like, I can imagine that it looked fine to him. This attack is cool. I already downloaded the next animation. Let's go over it. You know what? I'm going to look for Premiere. I'm opening it in Premiere just to export it as separate images that I can import to Flash. I just want to do it so I can see how the frame progresses. Create. Cancel. Create. So now I'm going to just import this, export as PNG, export. file, import to stage. Open. Yes. The frames are going to be imported one by one, right? Like, you will see after this is done. I guess meanwhile we can just go over this. This is also not the best spacing. I like the animation before more. You see this head is moving to the front and then slightly back. And then he's suddenly so much progression. Looks a bit shaky. Looks a bit shaky to me. Like his head is going forward and then back like this. This look well spaced though. I don't know why. So he can't space here. Like the way he falls down looks smooth. But then after that, it's shaky again. Oh, let's zoom out. I just wanted to see if this works. Yeah, it works actually. I can see the frames frame by frame. It's as if... Wait. Am I seeing it? Yeah, I am. I'm not seeing... It doesn't change if I increase the range of this. I'm just seeing the last frame. I don't know how this works. It's not that efficient. What about this one? Yeah, this doesn't work. Okay, what if I select everything? All of the frames? And then just break them apart or trace the image. I'm selecting all of them at the same time. Now I'm trying to trace the images at the same time. Doesn't work. Can just break them apart. Okay, you can't trace multiple images at the same time. Okay, then it doesn't work. I like the first animation more. This one was more of a spacing issue. Next animation is by Gardrick again. No, wait, we didn't have Gardrick so far. Unexpected file format. This is not cool. We have to use animate, I guess. How did I import it like that? It was an image sequence. You can import image sequences into Flash. You go to File, Import to Stage, and just click on an image, click Open, and then this file appears to be part of the sequence of the images. Do you want to import all of the images of the sequence? Then you click Yes. I'm counting it. Everyone who just tuned in, I'm currently going over some animations sent to my server, and now I'm opening Animate to view Godric's animation. I'm also doing this for the first time, so I'm trying my best right now to help you out. Which one was it? I'm getting confused with the names though. Open with Adobe Animate. What the? How long is this? $700 frames? You want me to review a whole movie? Okay. This background color blends too much with the stick figure. I'm going to have to turn off the background for this review. Which one is it? I'm making this a guide layer, just so I can see the stick more. Holy! What? Did you see how they were animated when they were just standing? Nobody would do this. Look how they are moving around like this. Respect. Like, look how this detail movement. This is crazy. What's happening? What? No, is that all? So nothing happens after this? Bruh. I can't review this if there's nothing to review though. Like, he's just dashing in, that looked clean. I guess. Not gonna lie. This looks fine. Like, I could do nitpick DNC, but this is honestly pretty good. I wouldn't animate it like this. Well, that's just because I have a different style, right? I have to respect that some of you are preferring to use the style that you're using. So I don't really want to criticize it. This is a good animation. Okay, next project. Who made this? Godric. Let's see what Godric has to say. Oh, you told me it's short? Yeah. Why are you sending me such a long thing that has so few animation in it? Just make it, just cut it shorter. I was thinking I'm going to see a whole choreography thing, but it was just the startup. It's a good start you did. Next animation, I guess it's also Adobe Animate. No wait, it's an MP4 file, never mind. Whoa, this is also really short. And it's... poses. Again, where's my flash? Instead of going for standing poses with it, bend him down. Like, not that... I'm exaggerating here, but you know what I mean. Like, he's doing this right now. I don't feel much effort in this attack. You can bend him down more. Like, also the back, you can bend it down. And then after the attack, you can do something like this or like this to prepare for the next attack. Either of these. Like either this or this. If you do this, he will have to use the other arm to attack. If you use this, he can do a double punch. He can go back up. And then I would also, after the attack, show this knee. Like, just so he's bending down a bit. If he was stretched out like this, after the attack you can show the knee. Let's see what you're doing here. Okay, you're instead doing something like... Let me see. You're doing a kick after this, right? Okay. He does this actually, but it's still too close to this. You can show more progression here. Like I would... Let me close this. I need to do something with my task manager for a second. End task. Finally, now I can show this. I would go for something like this. But let's see how the arm was before the attack. Okay. Then I would also move this arm back down. So right here. Oops. Oh, you're doing this because you're turning his body, like, I see what you're trying. So you're turning around this part and this part, like, the arm goes like this and this arm goes to the front. Okay, that's fine. What you do like this, maybe like this instead. That's just my personal choice I would do here. Let's go over the other attacks. Oh, this is just this one attack, okay. Then for the kick, you have already done this pose before. Instead of spinning this around, instead of just like mirroring this pose, you can let him do something different so it's not like this bland. it looks bland if you do the same pose twice. So instead you could not do this, but have it crossing the body or stretched out, and this other arm shows the elbow, or this is stretched out and this arm shows the elbow. There's many things you can do. Honestly, this is not the best. Like, the arms are kind of weird, they do this. You could stretch this front arm as this leg is stretched. So like you're kicking like this, and then you could have this arm stretched and this arm do this. This doesn't look that nice, in my opinion. And then you could also show his knee and bend down. And there's so many things I'm saying right now. How do I sum it up? So you have a lot of progression with the leg, but there's almost no progression with the upper body. It's just rotating. You can add more spacing here, like move it down much farther than it was before. Before it was like this. And then after you turn him around, you can move down his upper body. Am I helpful right now? Shark up, there's FLA below. Bro, don't do it yourself. Oh wait, I actually just forgot hands for one frame. Finally found a video player that lets me go frame by frame. Glad to hear that I'm helpful. There's a FLA below. Did not notice. Okay, two more. Next one is by Nick 2. A combo. Animated punch, kick, elbow combo. Animated punch, kick, elbow combo. Let's see how it looks. Oh no. You stopped the combo here. You failed. Like, this kick is way too heavy. You need to connect the kick to the elbow. Otherwise it's two combos. Nobody would still stand here after this kick. This elbow would not even connect. He's already lying dead on the floor here. But I think I talked about that before. You need to think about what they're doing. Like, what's happening to the opponent right now. The reason... Not the reason. The way to fix this... Don't bend him down this much in the kick. This looks so heavy because all of his body parts are stretched out. So this is maximum weight you put into the kick. And you even add a lot of balancing, which is good. But you can't even connect this elbow anymore. So instead, I need a frame to draw on. I would go for a light kick maybe. So don't bend him down this much. Maybe have him a bit diagonal, maybe a bit bending, but don't go for this stretch, this heavy stretched posing. Like you can have the knees shown a bit. I guess you could also look at the direction where you're kicking, because he was looking at the direction before the kick. So you don't have to turn him, you can just pull back the arm, and then instead of turning him around, move forward. And then I barely see my cursor because the background is black. So he's going from this to that. Actually, maybe it's better to move his body back. But you don't have to turn him around. You can just move the upper body a bit to the back while you're doing the kick. And after the kick, honestly, you can do many things. You could go for the elbow after using this kick into a jump, and then spin around with the elbow. Or you could bend down after the kick, like pull back down the leg, and then do this kind of movement. You go into an elbow from below. Make an elbow that goes diagonally up, maybe. Or just walk forward and do a straight elbow, I guess. But don't make the kick look that powerful if this is a combo, because this wouldn't connect. And then he's a bit resizing. Let's see. I normally don't point out resizing, but this is quite a lot. And it's... also the spacing is not... the movement goes like this and then like this. You could have his head like here, around here. That. And this would connect more. And this is too much progression. His head is getting much more higher up than it should. It's not even that bad. Bro, I made it so much better. I don't even know if you understood what I just did. I just made it look more appropriate to the curve, but... yeah, this is not your animation anymore, sorry for that. But yeah, you should mainly work on connecting the moves and thinking about what is happening to the opponents, if you can still attack them or not. I spent a lot of time talking about 2-second animations. Good for you, I guess. I think that was it though. Oh wait, there's one more animation. Or two more maybe. Someone just posted. Okay, I'm doing this one and the Bernie one. But after that I'm okay, this seems to be animate. After that I'm going back to animation. Uh, open with Adobe Animate. Holy. What is the size though? I forgot how animate works. Oh, here. It's 9020 by 1080. If your animate is not slow with this, like if you're making a big project and animate is not running slow, then that's fine. I think this would slow down my flash. I was do 800 by 450. Oh, this is with Vcam. Heads last. Heads are important. This is a pretty good animation project you're doing here. He was really feeling this one. What's going on here? Oh. Why does it look like he was hit in the head though? What? Was he hit in the head or what I'm seeing? This animation is really good. Very, very cartoony style you got. Who made this? Rogi. I will mainly focus on the choreography part. This reaction doesn't make sense to me. It also feels a bit exaggerated. He's getting hit in the nuts and you're making him look like he's getting hit in the head. Even if he was hit in the head here, I wouldn't go for this reaction though. Is it just me who thinks this is a bit exaggerated? Like, okay. Let's go for the next attack. More frames for the spin. I would... Where is the animation though? Here? Where's the brush? Here? Okay. This is still too big. This feels weird with brush sizes. Can I turn down the smoothness? Smoothing. I would draw a frame like this, where their legs are crossing, before I go for this. My color feels a bit transparent too. This is a frame you could draw. I'm just drawing it so you know how it could look. And then also his arms. Right here the arms are in front of the body. I will keep it that way. And keep this drawing for the next frames. Like here I would still have this arm in front. I don't know why it's transparent though. Oh. I would also draw it a bit cleaner, so you can, I mean, I don't mean cleaner, I mean clearer, so you can see the elbows clearer. Like, here it can be a bit confusing if you draw it like this close to the body. This is more clear to see. Or you draw one arm close to the body, the other arm is visible. And then again, do different things with both the arms. Not both arms point at the body, or not both arms point away from the body. One arm stretched, one arm has an elbow, one arm points at the body, one arm points away. There's many different things you can do. It's like as if you would make both legs do the same thing. That's not better than this, right? Unless there's a purpose behind it. Maybe you want to do this right after. Then this would make sense. But right now, I think the arms could do something like this. And then after, maybe this arm goes to the other side as well. Then after, maybe the arm goes above the head. I don't know. Let me erase everything I drew. I'm feeling the force of the hits. This is really good. Like how you shake it and how you make his body look like it's getting bent from the attack. But after the attack, you could also push him more. You could have him push back from the attack. Like after this, you could have him more hurt from the attack. He's still on the same position. This is a good reaction. This is kind of weird though, how he's mid-air. This is a really cool reaction. He's holding himself on the clock. I would go even one step further and make him go behind the clock, like around the clock, and attack him from behind, or do the spin you did. Oh, this is also an option. Wow, you animated the cup? That's crazy. And it didn't fall down. Yo, what did the cup do to you? Bro said, no, I don't want to drink right now. Also this reaction to, he's so mad at the cup. The way he throws it away. He's not standing here and throwing it away. He's moving with the cup, making another step to throw it away. What did this chair do? Okay, I think that was it. Nice job. Funny animation. One more. Let me make sure the music doesn't randomly stop again. The character acting is good. Yeah, it's funny. I think for character acting, you need to use the faces, like the heads. You can't, you can't do, you can't skip the heads and add them later. Because the nodding and all of that is really important to the stakes. Like this bouncing I talked about before. Like this subtle bounce movement. If you skip the heads, you have to, like, the disadvantage is that you have the frames already made and your head has less room for movement because your head has to be locked on the character. And if you draw the whole stick figure, you can think about how the head is moving at the same time, like you're on sync with the body, so you can't really mess anything up there anymore. But right now, you don't know what the head is doing right now. You don't see if the head is bouncing or not. And this is too much room for like bad head movement. Because you already animated the body and the head you can't really know what if the head is going to look alright or not. That's the disadvantage. If you draw the head along with the body, then you know what you're doing with the whole stick figure. And that's going to improve your character acting also. Like right here, where was it? I saw something. Here the head would look really off at this jump. Because of how you drew the body. The head is going to be in the back. Here the head is going to be in the front. So you would expect like the head moving like this. But the head is actually moving like this. You will notice that as soon as you're animating the head. That's why I don't advise you to animate just the body. I know it's easier to skip the head because it's just a symbol that you can add later. But it will make your animation so much better if you draw the whole stick figure and don't skip anything. Or skip maybe this part. Like, even this, I would prefer this over the head. Like, because you can't really mess anything up if you skip this, as it's always in between the rest of the body, and the head is at the end of the body. So you can actually do something wrong here if you skip this. Here I know how this will look like when I'm skipping this, but here I don't know what the head is going to do. Okay, I don't want to talk about this animation forever now. I have to delete some, like this image sequence I downloaded, because it's confusing me. Rogi, I'm trying to not to fix anything before, that way people can see the improvement as the animation goes along. Wait, I'm gonna try not to fix anything before. Oh, you don't want to fix this animation? Okay, I respect that. But now you can use my advice to add more improvement to the animation. I think the next one is Flash. Oh no, I'm confused. It's just an MP4. What the... This is so low quality, but I like the movement. Who made this? Bernie? This looks like brush tool, right? Or is this line tool? Could be both. Like either of these. Looks more like line tool now. They look closer. This is a really good animation. Like right here, the smear would kind of go like... You're thinking about the smears ahead, which I like. Like, this would make complete sense. And then... Okay. You're also sometimes drawing the sword... No, the sword is always above the stick. Okay, this is something I can say about this animation. You could have this sword layered behind the stick sometimes. Like after this swing, you could have this tip behind the head. Or the whole spin even. I don't know. Maybe that would make it look better, try it out. But this animation is really good. I have no complaints about this, other than that. Like, this is just an advice. And the end, obviously, he said he is tired. I like the weight in this part. Like how he slows down here. Looks really cool. I guess here you could add another attack. If that isn't an attack, you could make it look like an attack. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then this is the final step. This attack, to me, it looks like he's... I didn't notice it earlier, but to me it looks like he's stabbing something that is standing still. So I hope you know what this is going to be like. But to me it looks like he's stabbing something that's already can't move. What if it can move? You would have to make the step larger, make him bend down more, go into a deeper position, so that he has more range. Like if he steps like this instead, his attack could also go further to the front. This looks like a step to me. So probably something that can't move, right? You must have thought about this. So just in case you haven't, this looks like a step, and the enemy probably can't move. Like he's not moving away from this position here. Okay. Okay, one more for real. This is not even choreography. Poses. No elbows. No knees. Is he getting shot here? Like he's moving back as if he was getting shot or something. And then looks like he's hurt after that. I like the acting, the subtle acting. You have the head um, you have the head behind the stick, and then as he's going down, the head is slightly in front of the stick. Like it's not in the middle, it's in front or behind. Let me draw that. So normally he moves kind of like this, right? Let me see how it works out. So his head is here, but then his head is up here. His head moves forward and then bends up. This is not that big. This is kind of big though. Look at the last couple frames and compare. Nice smoke. Respect the fact you added smoke here. Many people wouldn't even do that. But smoke on landings make it look better. Then you smeared this probably because you don't know how to animate the roll frame by frame. So in that case, it's good to use smears if you don't know how to animate the roll. I would just, if you like, my advice is draw all the body part close together like this. Like maybe the legs, as if the stick figure was sitting and his whole body is bending towards the knees. And then maybe his arms are going this way or his arms are going this way. Try out multiple things for the roll. His body is not close enough. It's I already said you should work on your poses. Okay, that's it for today. Maybe I'll review your animations another time again. I hope this was helpful, but I'm getting back to animation for a bit, and then I end the stream. I'll also sometimes peek in the chat if there's something interesting. Cancel. Okay, close all other files. I don't think I was working on anything here. So I'm opening the it's not here. Okay. This one. Close all other files. Yes. Yes. No. 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 Why is why are you sometimes talking Russian, Senam, and sometimes English? Are you talking to someone who I see you talking to Gardrick. Never mind. I'm sorry if that's not Russian, but this the letters. Mm, honestly, I work on this animation tomorrow. I just want to animate something quick before I end the stream. I'll just do a small choreography animation. I think it fits to the topic of the stream. Like, this was also choreography, but the animation would burn me out if I was working on it today. Can you do a fast punch combo? Yeah, this is a good idea. I'll do that. I guess the opponent is just one dummy who can't really fight and who gets destroyed. Like, this is just the guy who gets comboed. This is not an even this is not like they're even. It's one opponent who gets comboed, not multiple, just one. But he doesn't fight back as well. Huh? Let's give him more space. The opponent is not doing anything. He's just standing and watching. I guess I could bend him down, prepare for something, but he's just trying to defend. I make him walk forward immediately. Okay, this is too much progression. I try to make it somewhat look good, even though it's a kind of rushed a bit. Normally I take at least 2 streams for something. But I want to do this one, finish this one today. This arm will start punching. I save it after today's date. Okay. I'm doing mistakes too, but at least I try to notice them. Like go back and front a bit. Right now I'm seeing that the head is inconsistent. This is the final frame before the punch. Let's just move him a bit closer so that the punch connects. Give this a bit more space, more spacing, more timing, I mean. Guys, what do you want me to do as a tutorial next? Do you want me to talk about mirrors? About what else? Reactions? What else did I notice? Or something I maybe didn't talk about. Maybe run cycles or something, I guess. Should I do a voting? I guess I can make one in the server. You can tell about it both here and in the server. You want me to do a specific guide. Boom. This is the first punch. This one is a bit more heavy. Oops. But after that, after he falls back from this, let's animate him a bit. Just 1 or 2 frames. Wait, he's defensive. Both his arms need to move forward. How to do various reactions. Boom. Okay, the plan was to demolish this stick, but he's blocking the first attack. He's lucky this time. I'll do it without smears, just so you can see. Smears are overrated. I can do fast attacks without using the smears, especially if they don't travel that much. Guess I can stretch out this part more. Something is off. I try not to fix too much. It's not supposed to be perfect. It's just about showing the multi-attacks, right? Multi-punches. So we just attacked him. We're going to do a lot of progression here. Like right here, we did a lot of progression into the attack, and now a lot of progression away from the attack. So that it doesn't take too long for him to go for the next punch. It's all about doing multiple punches. I feel like I can bend his body here. His arm was in front of the body here. Now it's not away from the body, not in front of the body, it's in between. And after that, I'm stretching his leg here as he's landing. Actually, I'm not stretching the leg, but you could stretch it here if he was landing after falling down a lot. Looks better like this. Bending down now. He's looking forward. I don't want him to look to the ground. Oops. I already kind of know how it's going to look. I don't have to replay it too much. You just have to pay attention to how the head moves. Like sometimes I am surprised, or sometimes it doesn't look how I imagined it to look. But then it quickly makes sense to me what is wrong and what I have to fix. Next punch after this. I'm making this a double frame instead of a single frame because there's just 2 frames after this and I don't want it to play too fast. I could normally I would add more in-betweens here, but I'm too lazy, just being honest here now. But it works out sometimes. I could make this a bit faster. Here more frames to hold the punch. Right now I'm looking at this, at the end of his waist, or like where the leg starts. I don't know the anatomy terms for it. I'm looking at curving it correctly. Like, you see the movement here? This is one of the most important joints from the stick figure. This and this, and then the head. The head is not a joint, but you make sure the head moves properly in the curve. I don't know how the hits are going to connect, so I'm going to add the arms now. This is another punch, in my opinion. Here you see what I did? This is a punch, holding it. This arm is already preparing for the next punch, so after this one goes down, this arm is punching. This is really quick. Let's see. This is too quick. You could mistake it for the same punch, in my opinion. That's why I'm going to not use the punch already. But now I'm going to, and that's why I'm also shifting the whole body forward into the punchy. Maybe draw it, go down instead, so you can still separate the punches. I don't want him to stay down this much. That's why I also don't want him to go back too much. Just need to make him stand up quickly. Oops. Here the arms are doing the same thing, so I'm not doing that. Now there's a bit of variety here. Like they are on different heights. I could switch up the legs. Just because he's getting up right now. And it's kind of cool to do that sometimes. And now I just came to the idea to turn this into another punch. Then he goes back to his knees. I stretched it as he was falling. Now he's going down again. I haven't timed it properly already. So let's do that all the punches have to be at least double frames. But I'm gonna use triple frames to make the animation a bit longer and the punches feel a bit heavier. So here I'm using a triple frame. Here is a lot of progression, so I'm using a single frame here. Here I could add an in between because he's down a bit, but I'm not. Let's see if it looks fine without the in between. I could add a bit more staying down here. Giving this a bit more time. This punch comes out too fast. Using the punch here. So this has to be triple framed and this is single framed. Am I too fast? Let me see. So this is not really a multi-punch, it's just 2 punches and then he breaks because the second punch he was going low. To avoid this, I didn't come to the idea, but you could go back up with this arm as well. It's not going to take too long, so I'm going to do that. Move his body back instead a bit. Or this leg, just this leg. And then use this arm for the next punch. This leg goes to the front. Or the knee shows up in the front and this leg goes back. This is also an option. But then you have to be fast with the follow-up. So after this, he quickly steps forward. Animating while talking is something else, bro. But let me see. Can you explain small short distance combo versus the big moves? Oh, you mean for the next tutorial? I feel like I always default towards big exaggerated attacks with too much forward momentum. Yeah, those big attacks are good finishers. Like at the end of the combo you can do that. But I wouldn't do it just so the moves, like I wouldn't do that for during the combo, just so the move can connect faster. That's why I made this guide about the stages of an attack, how I use it. Many people go for stuff like this, like bending down the body after an attack, to make it look like the attack was really powerful. But you do this if you send the enemy flying. You're not sending the enemy flying, you're setting up a combo. Like right now, I don't really want him to fly. I just want this guy to be ready for the next attack. axis crossing. I'm using more progression, like here is not too much progression, but I'm using more progression here because here he's punching. I have 2 drawings between the punch. Not sure about the head movement, maybe go like this. It almost looks like he's running with the opponent now. And I'm going to go, like, stick with that idea. I wasn't thinking about that, I didn't plan that, but now I noticed it, so I'm going to make use of it. Like, make a run cycle while he's punching. He's running out of the canvas. I would have to add a camera. Or I'm just going to ignore that. I can copy the whole animation and paste in a symbol and make that symbol smaller and reposition the symbol so that the animation looks like it's within the canvas. So I'm going to ignore the fact that he's running out of the canvas right now. Again, two frames between the hit. 1, 2. Or like 2 drawings. I'm going to double frame this again. As he's landing, he goes for the next attack. And on the next step, I'm making this a single frame this time, just to mix it up a bit. One drawing. One second. Let me check if the head is fine. Yeah, it is. I'm going to move his head up, because now he will punch differently. Like after he's landing, he can bounce up again, right? Let's use both arms this time. Honestly, nah. Just use this arm is down here. Frame before the hit, single frame. I can't make the legs cross each other because they already crossed here, so he has to be like this for it. I don't want to turn him right now. See, I'm not turning his body because I want to connect more hits. I'm already setting up for the next attack. But this arm was moving like this, so I have to turn it in the circle a bit. Maybe just do this. And this arm was... It's not really clear what... Oh, it is clear. It was moving like this. So both arms are behind his back right now. Maybe I stretch out this leg while this one is moving up. Maybe this works out. Add a bit of depth. Setting up the next attack meanwhile. Ah, this is not the best. Let's do something else. Interesting. I'm not triple framing this to make this one look faster. See how it looks like the arm bounces back? I don't like that. He's standing still in the air. That's how it feels like to me. So I'm redrawing this. I think this already looks much better. But let's check it. Maybe like this. Yeah. Show the knee of the leg in the back. Let's go for the next attack. Right here. A lot of progression here for the attack. Weirdest attack ever, but I take it. I think that's the final attack though. I just ended with a kick. Oh, looks like it connects more. Let me single frame this. I'm making it bend forward because he's falling down. Same here. Rick wasn't really prepared though. Moving his body back now. That's it. He's kind of moving down. Let's just draw the floor like that, I guess. Or let's pretend he's fighting on a cliff or something. On a hill. Honestly, didn't notice it. Didn't take that long, right? Hi, Bapple. I haven't seen you in a while, Bapple. I'll be right back. I'm going to drink a bit because I'm thirsty. Alright, I'm back. I mainly focus. I focus on the head, the curve of the head. And the bouncing of it. He doesn't actually have to sync up with the other character. Only for the hits he needs to sync up, obviously. What is this? Oh, this is one arm and this is the other arm. Okay. I have 3 more frames left. No, I have 1 more frame left. This is the attack. His arms are not doing much here. Okay, yeah, it looks fine. It wasn't even intentional, but it looks like the arms are bouncing. Because this arm moves up. Let's make it a different color. This arm moves up and after that it moves down again. Like, pay attention. See, it moves up. No, it's moving down. It adds a little bit of bounce to it. I make this look a bit more heavy. Actually, no. I'm not, like, this can stay, but I'm stretching this. Because he's not falling too far back. Need to think about the legs though. Maybe this is stretched out. This is a trick I like to do. Show the foot from the inside. Because the next frame I'm going to do, this one is gonna go outside. It looks nice if you play it. Because now I can pretend he was turning around, right? Where's his arm? Here's his arm. Now I can do something like this. He's slowing down, that's why there's not much progression here. He's slowing down already. He's not falling back too much. He's gonna get hit again. Maybe I move his head in instead of out. Like I could already try to move his head in. I change the direction of this punch so it connects better. It was like this before. Could have been done better, but oh well. I still feel the power in the punches though. I'm curious if after the stream, if I look back, if the time of me animating this choreography, if that's actually going to be more than talking about your animations or less. I want to see if I was animating more or faster than I was talking. Would be funny if I was faster done with the animation than I was done with reviewing your animations. Can stretch this out more so it connects even if he falls back a bit. I'm adding an elbow here. To clarify that the punch comes from the top. We'll also do this. Honestly. I want to stylize it a bit. Just a bit. What happens here? He's punching again. It's not that hard to adjust your punches. Just do the choreography in one go. As you see, I can still fix some moves afterwards. I don't like them anymore. And it's not rare that I switch my mind after I start the reaction. Looks better now. So what was he doing here? The head was moving down and up again. It bounced back up. In that case, I'm going to continue the movement of his head going up. And the arms were moving down. Just for this frame. Right, he gets punched again. I'm adding the neck here, like I'm drawing the line so that the head is behind the line. Because this makes up a difference, right? This is more as if you could use this if he was getting punched here. Because this part moves back first. But here, the head is getting punched. So the body is not affected yet. But in the frame after that, it's not going to look like this, it's going to look like this. I need to look at the next punch though. Yeah, this is the quick one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so he has not a lot of room to fall back here. I'm just crossing his legs. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. I'm making the single frame and this double frame. Here this is double frame and this is single frame. Here this is single frame and this is double framed. I didn't tell why. I just made this single frame because this is the frame before the punch. And here I started with the single frame because he's falling back faster. And after that he's slowing down. This is a cool pose. Poor reaction. It looks like he's defending. Actually, I'm just going to do this. Spread out this knee to the other side instead of crossing the legs. Or do both. Kind of both. Yeah, he's falling back too much. Happens. In that case, I just have to make the legs connect, right? Like this leg just has to connect to the position where it was before. To fix that. Then I can also make this leg maybe stretched out or something. Oops. Don't need this anymore. And then also this can progress more. And then here again. And probably the next frame too. Yeah, this frame. Let's see the next frames. Okay, this is maybe the last one I have to change. I want to connect it a bit. See? Yeah. Just like this. And then now it's fine. What happens here? Is it too much progression here? He falls back too much. It's too quick. For some reason it's single framed. Need to add more frames here. Make him look like he's kneeling down this time. Nice switch up. Maybe this arm goes up. Already forgot what's happening after this. Oh, it's another punch, okay. It's always a punch, yeah. I was on the wrong layer, but no problem. Turning around. I have a bit of room here for pushing him more because of how I drew this attack. This one was planned pretty well, I guess. Make it look like he's not standing, but actually feeling the attack. maybe a bit of depth. Make this line smaller. And then I guess we could add a smear here. Boom. I don't even know if I had to draw this frame though. Let's make it... I'll leave it single frame. I don't do this often. I was inspired by you guys. I don't use this technique that much. But watching you guys do this a lot, I got inspired this time. I think it makes movement look funny. Looks like a slap in the face. Now he's getting kicked in the legs, I guess. Or one leg. And his body responds to it. Like here you could use smears to spin him. I only draw this line so I can scroll more. You see? If I move this line away, it lets me scroll again. Now I'm not limited anymore. Oh wait, there was another tag. I forgot. Remove this. I ended it with a kick. And let's just rotate him like this. He has to go down a bit though. One arm is missing. I'm slowing him down, even though it makes no sense to slow him down. But at least looks like there was some movement before that. Before that he was speedy. Maybe I can slow him down here already, then I don't need to draw this extra frame. Make this a double frame. So you notice I'm using lasso tool a lot and transformation tool if I make mistakes. And eraser tool, but only for... No, actually also for brush tool animation. I like to use eraser. What is the difference here? I think I have to hit him in the core, the stomach, not in the head. Because the head was moving down. So realistically his head would be down here. And so the curve still applies for this frame. Only the middle point is interrupted. You could hit him in the head, but pushing him back doesn't look as good, in my opinion. Like pushing the head back instead of interrupting him from the middle. Anyways, that's it for the reaction then. Let's see the whole thing. It's not the fastest punch ever. Like the punch... How many attacks are those? Counts. 1 attack, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost a 10-hit combo in one stream. Wait. The last feeds off. The last reaction. He flies too much. Just put him closer. The whole last attack, I don't really like it, honestly, but I went for it. My fault. I wanted to end it up with something different than a punch. Honestly, you could have already ended here. This is like a cool uppercut, clean finisher. But I went for more. Let's add a shake here. Make them shake into it. Boom. And then boom. What I'm going to do now is select all frames, extend this thing. So I clicked on this right here, added multiple frames, and then extended the range of the frames I can see with this. Now I'm going to select everything. Wait, I actually didn't need to do that. My bad. I just need to select all the frames and cut them. Select all of this, cut, delete, draw something random, just so you can put it in a symbol. Click on the symbol, go inside the symbol and paste the frames. Now the entire animation is inside the symbol. And I can just make it smaller, the symbol. Make sure the symbol is a graphic so I can make the settings so it plays the animation. Play it once, not single frame, not loop, just play it once. Now the entire animation fits in the canvas. I can even make it bigger. And it will still fit. I could even rotate the symbol just a bit. Maybe it looks like they're not falling down again. Now it looks more linear, not diagonal. Like more horizontal. Still looks kind of weird. Looks like they're going in and out a bit. I just draw a quick background. Just a line, I guess. And put this a darker version of the actual background. Looks like water. I'm going to use a different color or make it gray. Random buildings. Backgrounds are underrated, y'all. This building makes this animation 10 times better. I'm just kidding. I just copy this, I'm lazy. Copy this, make it like this, flip it so nobody notices. Copy, paste, paste. Okay. Cut it shorter. I'm being lazy because it's mainly about the choreography. Like add a tree or something. I hope this stream was a bit educational and that you learned something. I post this in my community thing, my posts tab, where I always post gifts. And that's it for the stream. See you guys next time.